Alright everybody, welcome to another edition of Rick's Radio Conversions. Today we're going to talk about what makes a good or not so good candidate for a radio to get rebuilt. Your radio may work cosmetically, things might be bad, they can be fixed. And if the radio doesn't work but is in good shape cosmetically, that also may make a good candidate. So first off, this is out of a 60 Ford F100 truck. This was a donor piece because we had to use a new volume knob. When you look at this radio, yeah, there was a volume stem sticking out of here. Cosmetically, the faceplate's pretty good. Indicator needle looks pretty good. However, if you look closely, as you can see here, there's no threaded stud to put the nuts on with. There's your threaded part here. If you can see, the video really isn't that great with the iPhone. So even though this faceplate might not be the greatest, maybe the glass piece is pretty nice. Even though the needle is faded, that can get repainted. And as long as the radio is in complete shape and the tuner itself works, this may maybe still be a good candidate to get rebuilt, just minus getting a new faceplate. Now, this was a donor to help build that radio over there, because that radio had a bad volume switch. The tab that holds the radio in, that goes in these two slots right here, well, that one was broke off. It still worked, but wobbled quite a bit, and not something that you want to cruise around in, and you know, had to be replaced. And that other switch as well had to get rebuilt, because unfortunately it was always on, which would be a bummer if you were cruising down and always had the radio on and could never turn it off. So that's just couple things, you know, just to look for, just small stuff. You know, that tab piece on this switch was kind of a bummer, because this is a good switch. Just need to find another faceplate. I mean, this faceplate for this switch can get replaced as well, but once again, you're probably going to find that in a whole new radio. So that's that. We're talking about some push buttons next. This is out of a 63 Mercury Comet. The tuner mechanism was great. However, this sat in the California sun out of a convertible to boot. So a lot of these switches, this plastic, you know, so it was a 63. The technology is probably late 50s for plastic, not the greatest back then. Dry rotted and brittle, and cleaning, they actually just kind of fell apart in my hands. So, you know, that's another thing to kind of look at. Other than that, this radio is perfect, and it still is in very good shape. The tuner on this thing is flawless, so this is a good donor piece for something else, if we can get some new buttons, things of that nature. Okay, next we have is a 1967 Oldsmobile Wunderbar AM/FM. This is what you kind of want to send in. All the knobs and stuff work. There's some paint coming off on the volume switch and stuff, but this, as you can see, the chrome is just flawless on this piece here. This is going to get converted for AM/FM. And the Wunderbar will also work, but this current does not work. The FM does not work. That, and it's only, I think it's a 10-watt radio. You know, we'll give it the 180 watts, and it'll be great. Something else to look for as well are, when you're looking at your tuner knobs, check the play in them. This one here is pretty tight. It moves around just a little bit, and we'll show you why it moves around in just a minute. But this one here is another flawless one. This is out of a 72 Scamp. Buttons in very good condition. Volume knob doesn't move around a whole lot. These are some of the things that you want to look at as you open the radio up. You can just tell that there's no dirt in here, no grime, no rust. I haven't run this up yet, but I bet you this actually would work with some tuning as it sits. But obviously it's a 7-watt radio, I think, so customer would like to get 4-channel 180 watts. But going by what I said earlier about why does the tuner knob stem move, just because this here is a little, you can see it's almost like a U-joint, just so you can get the tuner into the spark plate, that's what that's called there, just so you can get some good tuning. So those are just some things to look at. You can just tell these guys here, nice, good sheen to them, not dry rotted. And you can also tell when you look at the glass, look at the actual needle itself. It's not all faded out. The numbers on the tuner are not faded out. That also is what really can tell you what you have. So if you're eBaying looking for a radio, maybe the radio in your car you don't want to have rebuilt because it's the stock one, if you're that anal like I am, or you just want to get a spare just in case, those are some of the things to look for on eBay. You know, make sure you get good close-up pictures. Make sure you see all the chrome. See that the needle is nice and bright red there. Those are just some of the things. Got some homework to do. Maybe I'll learn how to service a transistor radio or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for now. We hope you enjoyed this version of Rick's Radio Conversions on what to look for in your radio. That's it for now. Bye.